Welcome back to Channel, guys. Time for another anime first impression video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. For once in a while, I did some already. It's not going to be on Crunchyroll. This is going to be on hidive. This is a series that is airing there. There's about 2 episodes already released. So it's going to be on a loner life in another world. It basically sounds what it is. It's a guy who's a loner who decides to just live alone and do another world isekai by himself. But there's a little bit more to it. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Didn't get to celebrate 5,000, but I am at 5,000 already, so thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the continuous support that you guys do show this channel, and I do appreciate all that. Also, if you want to further support the channel, you guys can follow me on social media, like in the description below. And also, you guys can check out my other first impression videos that I have here for you guys, because I have quite a bit this season. I actually was able to get to the point that I wanted to be and release, you know, quite a bit of stuff for you guys. So I'm happy and glad that I was able to do that. So make sure you follow me and check out all the neat stuff that I gave my first impressions on. Okay, Loner Life in Another World. Loner Life in Another World is an isekai, and it is a class isekai. There's been of movement in the isekai genre where it's not just one person. They move to 3 people, sometimes 4 people, but now it's a whole class. And there's several series already like that where they isekai a whole class, and this is one of them. He though is the loner guy who reads manga and light novels in the back of the classroom, so he knows what's happening when there's a circle that comes out in the middle of the classroom. So because of this, we have kind of like, there's not so much the whole like mystery behind the whole world, because he's basically like us. He understands how isekais work. He understands how other worlds work. He understands where his position is at this moment of life, I guess. And it's interesting just to see how he reacts and acts within the realm that he's in. So, for example, when the class is being sucked into isekai, he tries to escape the circle. He's like, you know what? That doesn't sound like a good life to me. So he jumps into the ceiling thinking he's escaping the circle, and no, he's just caught late. Now, what happens is when he's isekai'd, because he tried to escape it, he was the last one to meet the god figure, who is this old man, and he shows him a board of basically powers that he could have taken, but all of the class already took their powers. So there's only a bunch of like weird and like they look useless powers, like contacts. Like, why would I want contacts? And settler A bag and all this different stuff that just doesn't seem like stuff that he would want to use. And so he starts complaining, he starts whining to the god figure, and the god figure essentially gets annoyed with him and gives him all the powers that are left, and basically tells them, you know, you go to the world. So he shows up in the world, and he's by himself in the forest, and he quickly finds out that a lot of the powers that he has, they're not OP, but they can be OP. Like, for example, the Settlers A kit has a bag that has a limited storage, right? And inside of it, there's a lot of stuff that seems to be rare as well, already included in the bag. The whole contacts ends up being basically vision, where he can see what everything is about. He can appraise stuff. He can appraise food and know what's eatable, what's not. He can also appraise what's useful and weapons and all that. Like, he ends up using a lot of it. The low level magic, he's able to infuse magic into a stick, so he's able to defeat goblins while trying to survive the world. So although he did complain about all these powers, he's slowly figuring out the world and slowly seeing that he's able to conquer this world with all these powers that he has now. So for the rest of the episode, he kind of is exploring the powers. He fights the goblins. He goes through a whole like mood change because he doesn't want to eat mushrooms anymore. So he decides to look for meat. And while looking for meat, he almost bumps into his classmates. So classmates are divided into different groups. You have the delinquents, which is, I'm gonna guess, are gonna be the enemies or the evildoers in this world. Then you have the Cali girls, which is that's how he calls them, which is essentially like the preppy girls, the beautiful girls that don't want to mess with anyone. Then you have your jocks who are all about strength, and you can tell that they can probably also be a threat, but probably not. Then you have the nerds, which he's like, I used to hang out with them, but not so much. And they could also be a threat in the sense of they might know how the world works as well, but they also might know how to use and abuse powers because of their knowledge. And then there's the reps, the group that basically are the reps of the class. And in that group, there's a girl that he really wants to team up with, but he decides not to, who apparently is a childhood friend and has always been a friend and supporter of him. He just decides that at this point in life, he should become a loner and basically live his life in this world alone. So he doesn't go with any other groups. One other power that I didn't mention is a shut-in power that he uses to rest. Like he's fully rested. The power itself is kind of OP in the sense of like you would never get tired of doing work and stuff like that, which is kind of amazing. So yeah, that in a nutshell is the first episode. There's a lot of things going on when it comes to like powers and all that, so you kind of have to keep up with all that. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty good series. I did actually enjoy it. There's not a lot of fan service, to be honest. When it comes to High Dive, sometimes their isekais are just very mature content, which is why they're there and not in Crunchyroll. But this one wasn't. It wasn't like that. So it could maybe in the future, but for now, it didn't have it. So I'm imagining that it's going to be one of those series that really is led by its plot and not by something else. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by comment, liking, and sharing, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.